Hello and welcome into today's edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hicks and I'm the lead beat writer for Arizona State Sun Devils on SI. And I am so grateful to be joining you this afternoon for another edition of the Sun Devil Insider Podcast. And we are in the stretch run before the 2025 football season starts. We are now under 40 days away from the season starting against Northern Arizona on August 30th. This season has really, or the build-up to the season really hasn't done justice to the team that we could see in August. There is obviously a lot of anticipation. There's ample hype coming from pundits, national pundits even, from the Big 12 Conference. Obviously, 5 Arizona State Sun Devils were selected to the preseason All-Big 12 team. And from Tempe, locally, the fan base is invigorated. They are engaged. There is likely going to be a sellout in every single home game this season, and that's been something that has been very rare in recent years. So the season is being entered with unimaginable intrigue, and I'm so thankful to be covering this team every step of the way, and I'm just so exhilarated, so ready to cover this team. So before we start today's episode, please give me a follow on X/Twitter at khicks_21, and I appreciate all of the support from each and every one of you, and let's get started without further ado. So today, I wanted to start or continue the series that was started previously about previewing different position groups within the Arizona State program. And today we're going to running back. We went from quarterback to yesterday, and we're going running back today. So, as we all know, Cam Skattebo on the outs. His eligibility unfortunately ran out after the 2024 season concluded. On to the NFL, 4th round pick by the New York Giants, and is expected to have a sizable role in his rookie season at Arizona State, or his season with the New York Giants, my bad. And that obviously was a big blow. The Arizona State coaching staff is going to have their work cut out to find ways to replace him, and they did a quality job, if we're being honest about it. Obviously, one of the big gets of the transfer portal class was bringing in Army transfer Kanye Udo, who ran for over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. He averaged over 6 yards a carry, I believe 6.1 yards per carry. And this was in an abbreviated role. He only had 179 carries during the Army season. That's not a lot of volume. And as we all know, Army is a triple option offense, so the offense is a little more old-fashioned. They don't run as many plays. The schemes and all that, very simplistic. You can argue that the Army offensive line was really great and Udo was maximized due to that. But I believe there is so much more to Udo's game than just a one read, one cut back. You can argue that he didn't have to make as many reads and didn't have to see the field as good as he will at Arizona State. But with Sean Aguano in the fold, we've seen plenty of running backs make jumps that weren't necessarily expected. You look at Rachaad White. He came in as a JUCO transfer. He did have a lot of attention surrounding him going into 2020 and 2021, but I don't think anybody expected him to be as good as he ended up being in those 2 seasons. So there's Rachaad White. There's Xavion Valladay, ex-Valladay, who ran for 16 touchdowns in the 2022 season and continues to stick around in the NFL to this day. Obviously, there's Skattebo. Came in as a small-known transfer out of Sacramento State. He wasn't really recruited by any program outside of Arizona State heavily. Turned into a Heisman contender. So who is to say that Kanye Udo cannot break out and be the next great Arizona State running back, even if he doesn't get the same volume as Skattebo, even if he doesn't play the same role as Skattebo? He still brings a lot to the table, in my opinion. And Kyson Brown, there are many Arizona State fans that believe that Kyson Brown is, for pound, the best back on the roster currently. And regardless of your opinion on that topic, Kyson Brown is a phenomenal option when it comes to playing him consistently. That's what I think is so great about this Arizona State running backs room, is that you might not have a talent that is as great as a Rachaad White or a Cam Skattebo, but Kyson Brown and Kanye Udo are two different types of back that you can mix and match situationally. You can use in different packages. You can play one more snaps than the other depending on the matchup that you have, the defense that you're playing against. And that's where Raleek Brown also comes into the fold. Raleek Brown obviously started his career as a highly touted four-star recruit at USC. He flashed a lot as a freshman in 2022. The trajectory he was on kind of quieted down in 2023. He transferred to Arizona State ahead of last season. He had an impressive game against Kansas, but a hamstring injury only held him to that singular game. But Raleek Brown has the potential to be another dynamic wrinkle in the Arizona State offense, as he is a dual threat back. He really does bring that lightning aspect to the Lightning and Thunder. When you look at those types of backfields, he's really explosive. He's got good ball carrier vision, and he can realistically block in the backfield as well. So we're not even mentioning Jason Brown, the four-star running back recruit that is going into his third year at Arizona State, I believe. No, he's going into his second season with the Sun Devils. Last year, he rushed 4 times for 33 yards in the opening game against Wyoming. That's the only taste of action he got. But Jason Brown Jr. is the fourth-string running back, and he was a four-star recruit. That's just a testament of the incredible job that Sean Aguano has done when it comes to evaluating talent, when it comes to recruiting talent, when it comes to developing talent. This room is very diverse, very deep. There's a high ceiling there, and even if Arizona State is a pass-first offense in 2025, all three guys can or should be able to contribute there as well, and that just raised the ceiling of what Arizona State can be in 2025 on the offensive side of the ball. The sky is truly the limit for the 2025 Sun Devils, and the running back room will likely dictate whether or not the team actually reaches that ceiling or not. And yeah, that's all I had for today, breaking down the running back room going into the 2025 season for the Arizona State Sun Devils. The season is less than 6 weeks away, and there is so much to talk about in that time leading up to the opening kickoff. And I am here for all of it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Once again, my name is Kevin Hicks, and please follow me on X/Twitter for the best Arizona State content on SI Network. I will be posting daily on X, so please just give me a follow if you get the opportunity to do so, and I will see you tomorrow.